Hey gang, what's good? Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. You're here in the Gullet, getting ready to head on out to the west, to the Narrows, right? Head on over there. We were just recently accosted along the street by a bunch of pirates who thought that they could take advantage of us, but after a few speech checks and skill checks and all that stuff later, we ended up killing them. It didn't go according to plan, but hey, we made an effort. We made an effort to resolve things. It was their choice. All right, and over here inside of this thing, boom, the Narrows. Ooh, look at this. You enter a dim alleyway that reeks of urine and torch smoke. What a combo. A long passage stretches to your left and right. Shadows move in guttering torchlight, but they're nothing more than shapes at this distance. The chatter and bustle of the gullet continues behind you. Alright. Now I did write this shit down, and I have it prepared right here. I already flipped to the correct page. Alright. From Narrows to Delver's Row. Let's see. First right. Okay? Ooh. This reminds me of that going through the Vithrak nest, or hive, or whatever, in the White March, huh? You trudge along the darkened passage, and reach an intersection. The tunnel branches off to the right. You hear the distant murmur of voices down the darkened path, but see no one. Alright, let's see. So forward until Merchant's Stall. There we are. On your left is an abandoned merchant stall, displaying cheap jewelry. The path continues ahead. Oh look, we can inspect it as well. Which, aren't we supposed to do that? Yeah, hallway behind curtain. Alright, yeah, inspect. Oh look! You have to either pass one of these checks to make it work. Oh, that's wild. Alright, inspect the merchant stall. Let's see. I wonder what the check level is. Alright, watcher only check. Laid out are various trinkets made from junk, necklaces strung with fish bones and shoe buckles, and bracelets made with shards of broken glass. But the curtain sways and flaps as if stirred by a draft. You twitch it aside and discover a secret passageway. Dope. On your left is an abandoned merchant stall, displaying cheap jewelry. The path continues ahead. Alright. And then... yeah. Go through the curtain behind the merchant stall. You check the tunnel one more time to make sure no one is watching. Then, you slip behind the curtain into another passageway. Ooh, uh-oh, we've seen this before. You're walking along when several hooded figures materialize out of the darkness. Not so fast. You gotta pay a toll if you want to visit Delver's Row. Pay 50 copper pawns, just this once. Diplomacy check. Oh shit. We don't meet it. Or we can lie! I love lying to people! Lie. Last time I came through, there was a man with a scar. I paid him. Attack. Then I'll pay in steel. Turn around. Retracer steps to the exit. Just turn around. Would they even let you? At this point, after you've gone through the curtain? Alright, here, let's see if we can lie to him. Last time I came through, there was a man with a scar. I paid him. They shrug and stand aside. I like that, because chances are there would be a man with a scar, right? Okay, continue. If anything, it'd probably be more rare, a man without a scar. You continue on, and the rough stone changes to smooth cobbles under your feet. Wan lamplight shivers ahead, as yellow and tremulous as fear itself. Before you is a narrow cavern that writhes with shadows and echoes with the music of jingling coins. Enter Delver's Row. Ooh, I'm excited! What's it gonna be like? Is this a humongous area? Oh, is this like the Prince of Peace secret base in Nekataka, right? Because we have all other factions, except for the Prince of Peace so far. We were thinking that maybe they shared Queen's Berth with the Valian Trading Company, but perhaps they've got their own little secret hidden zone, right? Oh, maybe from the world map, after we've discovered this, we'll be able to fast travel here. Wouldn't that be dope? At the very least from the drop-down menu in the top right, you know? That'd certainly be likely. At least I think so, right? Alright. Ooh, already we've discovered something. Alright. Game paused. Oh, because, yeah, we found a secret thing. Alright. Or perhaps not. Maybe that was the quest update. Investigate Delver's Row. Oh shit, look at all this stuff. Drowner's Lung medicine on Delver's Row. Okay. I've located... Oh shit. Getting a lot of things done, huh? I've located Delver's Row, but I still don't know how the black market is supplied. Showing the Prince's medallion to any of the merchants could offer me a lead to more information. Fuck! I love that! This was one of the things I loved about New Vegas, which Obsidian and Josh Sawyer, the lead designer for this, was also responsible for. Was how, of course it's not necessary in games, right? I talked about this in New Vegas. I don't think it's necessary for games to do this, but it's pretty cool when they do, right? Is when they are mindful to where things come from, especially in role-playing games, right? Like in New Vegas, you could always tell where things were coming from, what their purposes were, and how people were obtaining them. And even if they were sort of obtaining them from like a vast, like, ether or aether, right? Like, troops from California, right? For the NCR. That was just like, sort of a rough estimate. You could be like, yeah, you could hazard that there's just a shitload of people there, right? Anyway, Dario the Lean sounds like the authority in Delver's Row. Getting closer to him might help me understand how the black market functions. Alright. Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, sure.
The only kind of sewer level I'll accept. Alright. We should quick save as well. Look at that. Got a whole shitload of XP as well. Oh, look at that. Oh, man. That's so dope. Look, it totally lists out exactly how the XP is divvied up, right? And, like, how far along you are in the quest. Dude, that is extremely cool. I had no idea. Oh, man, that is dope as hell. And, of course, this means that if we had fewer party members, we'd be leveling a bit quicker, right? I think so. Oh, God, I don't know. I'm stupid. Maybe not. Because how does it work for characters who aren't with you? Oh, I think they get a share, right? They get some sort of... They don't take away from this, but they get, like, X%, I think? I don't know. Alright. Anarot, what's going on? Oh, what do you got here? Some veg? How about this? What's in this? Rope and grappling hook. And this? Silverfin. Oysters. Alright.
Yeah.
Cool. What have you got for us, Anarot? An Orlin woman stands over a table, laden with herbs and spices. She mixes them without looking at her work, pausing now and then to raise a sprig or file to her nose. You realize she is blind.
It's the smell of cardamom that drew you, no? Or perhaps the sting of fresh pepper. Or maybe you seek something with a stronger bite.
She swivels her ears, but her cloudy eyes do not find you. Any idea where I could sell an expensive medallion? I'm looking for medicine to cure Drowner's Lung. What do you sell? I need supplies. Farewell. Right, and the medallion is the thing that we need to take down here. So we should just go through all this, right? Any idea where I could sell an expensive medallion?
Arnetzo deals in such things. His shop is further down, next to the lift.
Thanks. I'm looking for medicine to cure Drowner's Lung.
Then you'd best ask elsewhere.
Huh. She leans close and lowers her voice.
But careful. If the Mataru Overseer hears there's a sickness, might be he has more questions for you.
God, what a fucking asshole, huh? Not her, the fucking Overseer. She raises her brows over her sightless eyes. So what do you sell?
Food, of course, and supplies for the road. Though most here come to me for poisons and venoms.
I need supplies.
I have plenty. Though, if you're buying poison and ailment, mind you store them separate.
Thanks. Alright. What have you got? Yeah, all the stuff that she described. Anything special and unique? Exceptional bits of armor. Exceptional leather, padded, and hide. Huh. Out of our price range, at least for the moment. Okay. Should we sell off some shit? Yeah, we should sell off Palagina's regular greatsword. At the very least. Right. Let's see. We must have picked up some more weapons. Yeah, quarterstaff. We'll sell... We have all the main companions, don't we? Yeah. Alright, so we can be a little bit more... You know... liberal with selling our weapons and shit, right? There we go, some sabers, get all that out here. Battle axe, fine mace. Alright. We can just sell all these regular maces. Stilettos. Just get rid of all them. F it. And clothing, which is always deceptively valuable, right? There we are. Well, sometimes not. Alright. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the fine leather. Good. Okay, and the padded... Yeah, actual armor is usually worthwhile. There we go. Good. Okay. Dope. I'll take that. Thank you. And then, head on out here.
No problem.
We need to look for these folks that she was talking about. Or, no, she only recommended one person. Netzo. Further down, next to the left. I mean, we'll just investigate all of them, right? Ooh, it's quite lengthy. Alright. What's going on, Valian? He coughs, knuckles pressed to his lips. Is this Luminous Adra? Why is it lit up like this? Huh. Alright. Let's quick save again. What's going on, street merchant?
Looking for something to sharpen the senses? To help you leave your sorrows behind? I got what you need.
Yo, this guy's got drugs! Let me see what you have. Coral snuff, mouth char, svef, taru turu chew, ripple sponge, dead-eye white leaf. Damn. I don't really need any, though. Alright. What do you got in here? Yep, some drugs. And what's this? More drugs? Oh, antidote. And drugs. And a little money. Let's see. Can I grab a little?
Sure.
I wouldn't mind some real cheap drugs, you know what I'm saying? Oh, look. A whole bunch of art. Several paintings look identical, down to the signatures copied in the corners. Huh. Alright. Do you think they're all like counterfeits and stuff? Okay. There we are. And what have you got? Ooh, some goodies. Alright, I will take that Deadeye. And the rest of that as well. Cool. Can I come on down here and possibly... No. Alright. Let's see. What's up, thug? Why, yes. I would like another drink, if you are offering. And you, pirate? Had a barnacle growing on her ass cheek, she did. I'm not joking. Man, everyone's heard about Berta's barnacle butt. Her forts. 2 copper a row. Suckle swain. 5 copper a pint. Damn. Alright, people over here rolling dice. Cutthroat. Had a barnacle. Man, everyone knows about that barnacle. Step off, will you? Step off, will you? Damn. Alright, how about you, Valian? You see that I am occupied, yes? Actually, I don't. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. Which way should we go now? How about over here? Rust. Alright. Ooh. A figure in the shadows looks up at your approach, pursing his lips together in a crooked line.
Think you made a wrong turn, Bilger. You don't belong in the row.
Yeah, whatever you say, fucking Skrillex. Nonsense. I go where I please. Actually, the smell of this shithole reminds me of home. The name is Lyle. I was just leaving. Huh. Yeah, it reminds me of home. He raises an eyebrow at this. Long moments pass as he casually looks you up and down. Losing my patience with you. Scowl at him. Wink at him. Say nothing. Yeah, let's wink at him.
Either you don't know who I am, or you've had a few too many, eh?
I'm just stupid.
Don't matter. You sure as shit ain't the law.
Yeah, I'm not. He glances around the alley before continuing.
You looking to commission an artist? You'll find none better in Nekataka, Bilger.
Wait, are you a real artist, or is this like a murder artist thing? He lightly traces a finger across the hilt of an emerald-encrusted stiletto. Oh, he bedazzles! He's a bedazzler! Hidden within the folds of a dark leather tunic. His narrowed eyes seem to dance in the magical light as the gemstone pulses with a caustic glow. Yo, he got enchanted. The right half of his mouth ascends menacingly as he dips his head and peers at you from underneath his brow. Insight check of 1. You're an assassin? A fine weapon. Is it for sale? You're an assassin? You're answered with a thin-lipped scowl as your words echo throughout the alley. What sort of payment do you require for your services? Assassins are nothing but cowards. Would you be interested in joining my crew? I'll think about it. Huh. Would you be interested in joining my crew?
Sorry, Bilger. I work alone.
Okay, well, what do you require?
Depends on the craftsmanship required. We don't know each other, So let's keep our dealings within the gullet, yeah?
Okay. With a furrowed brow, he glares at you, but says nothing. Let's see. I'd like you to handle a problem for me. I'm looking for a cure to Drowner's lung. Let's see. Oh, within the gullet, not just Delver's Row. Alright, I'm looking for a cure to Drowner's lung.
Keep your rotten ass away from me, Lunger.
He takes a step back from you.
You want to talk to a Valian that goes by Ernetzo. He runs a shop down the street, here in the row. Don't tell him I sent you. And don't say I never did you any favors.
He failed the perception check right there. I'd like you to handle a problem for me. Ooh. Head swiveling side to side, he darts a cautionary glance, then shoulders straightening, he leans close to you.
Go on.
You smell the hint of ale on his breath, as he nearly hisses the words. Never mind. Let's speak of other matters. Actually, I don't need anyone murdered at the moment. With a shrug, he leans back against the wall. End dialogue. Alright, seems like a nice enough murderer man. Alright. Oh, wow. Is the idea that this goes on forever? The alley narrows to a dead end. No. Okay, fair enough. Alright. Cool. Oh, look, we can inspect this over here, too. We definitely should. Hell yes, I want to read every fucking thing in this entire damn game.
Leave it to me.
Furtive whispers and footsteps rise from the lower street. Oh, this isn't like covered in water. This is just like some ominous fog. Oh, this is very cool. Alright. Let's go on down here. Oh, can we actually enter this? Is this an entry point? Oh, look. This is something up here. Oh, shit.
I know.
Huh. Alright, let's quick save and, doink. Oh, shit! What is this shit? Oh my god, have we found the secret stash? I think we have! Yoink, I'm taking this! Taking some fine leather. Oh, rubies, yes please. What is this? Oh no, I can't open it. Oh no, oh god. Alright, who's our lockpick specialist again? Oh god. It was Maya, wasn't it? Or was it Palagina? Oh, fuck, it was Maya. Alright, fine.
No sweat.
We'll pick this shit.
Got it. Sure.
There we are. Drowner's lung medicine, yo! The bottle holds an unappealing brown sludge, but it's a cure for the deadly disease known as Drowner's lung. A sharp, piney odor leaks past the cork. Alright, yoinking it. Give the Drowner's medicine to Pitley in her home in the gullet. Of course.
It's pretty good, huh?
Alright,
Sure.
there we are. Head on out over here. Cool. Alright, yeah, we need to get Maya down here. Start picking into that shit, right? I guess this is Ernetzo's shop, huh? Oh, no! Watch your senses activate, baby! Let's see what we got. Oh, what is this?
Be
This is well.
cautious.
Eh?
Be constant.
Why
Let's
not?
check inside this. Do they dip the murder weapon in here? Quill leaf. The leaves of the quill... Oh, wait, this was like aloe vera, right? Yeah, it was. About chitin leg, spire sponge. Yeah, we've read all that before. Alright, what's going on here?
Eh?
Let's
My
trip
eyes
some
are
major
peeled.
balls.
Got it.
Alright, do a quick save again just for good measure. Alright. The body of this moon godlike woman, oh, could this be relevant to Palagina? Is contorted in a death spasm. Her mouth is open, milky eyes staring, frozen in shock. Dressed in Principe leathers, she appears to have been a pirate. A small, intricate bronze Anadra device lies next to her hand, cracked and blackened. Her soul lingers close by. Even without reaching out to it, you can sense her confusion. Read her soul. The captain said to bring him, so you're bringing him. The old man hardly seems like a threat, but you trust the captain's judgment. The Animancer didn't want to go, put up as much of a fight as he could. Nadra said to give him a whack, so you gave him a whack. That shut him up, but carrying the old sack of bones is tiring. Just need to get him on the ship, and you can get some rest. You're in Delver's Row, passing through the market. When he starts to come, he's not strong enough to break free. Still, you didn't think a wiry old Animancer could squirm so much. Percamplanca net. Let's see, a Valiant term meaning literally for mercy. Is that the same? Okay, yeah. He yells out to no one in particular. It's Delver's Row, so no one particularly cares. Ahead of you, Nodder's calling out for the old man to shut up. You'll have enough time to plead for mercy when Captain Tazatl, from Captain Tazatl, once we get to Dunnage. The Death Godlike's twin sister nods to you. You get the message. It's time for the Animancer to go back to sleep. Also more godlikes, right? This has gotta be linked to Pallegina. You remove a hand from the old man. Oh god, you remove a hand from the old man to grab... Oh, your hand! To grab your club. He's weak, but the squirming is irritating. Wait, what's that odd little thing in his hand? I'll take that, if you don't mind, and especially if you do. You laugh to yourself as you reach for it. The old man starts to stammer. No, Nodder and Nodra have already knocked the old man out. You move to help carry him, but he can't seem to get your arms up. The twins are looking at something on the ground. You've always hated how you can't see their eyes. Captain says not to judge them. After all, would you want to be judged for how you look? Certainly not, Captain. Good point, as always, Captain. You follow where their heads are pointing. That's you, on the ground, mouth open, eyes open. That weird little device, smoldering next to your hand. That can't be right, though. You're here. The twins turn to go. They motion to the others to hurry along. You'll catch up. You just need to figure out how to move your arms.
What is it? What did you see?
A group of godlike pirates took Giacolo to Dunnage.
Madico. Giacolo abducted by godlike pirates? But why? He has always done his best to help my kind. Watcher, I have asked much of you already. But if you can find time to go to Dunnage to find this Captain Tazatl, it would mean a great deal to me.
Yeah, sure.
It did not sound as though he was in imminent danger. But I fear what they will do to him.
Are you sure Giacolo didn't have enemies? It seems like animancers aren't safe anywhere. Well, we'll see. Are you sure Giacolo didn't have enemies?
Not in the Republics. I can't think of why godlike, of all kith, would have any reason to take him. Something strange is going on here. Perhaps it has something to do with his research.
Definitely.
I am sure we will find out when we find Captain Tazatl.
Of course. All right. Interesting stuff. All right, let's head on up in here before we go further this direction. Let's see. There should be Arnazzos, right? Let's do a quick save. Good. I love that.
You
just
are
broke
looking
into
for
the...
something, amico? Perhaps I have it.
Perhaps you do. All right.
No problem.
What do you have up in here? Look at this. I can just pick into this scot-free, right?
No sweat. There.
There we are. Fine wand, fine breastplate. They're pretty valuable things, right? Yeah. But I don't think I could manage to steal them without causing some sort of distraction. Alright. Bunch of pirates.
Sure.
What's on this little doohickey? Torch, agate, silver loosh. Alright.
Arnazzo has not seen you before. You must be new. New or very good at disguises.
The man chuckles. He peers at you through half-moon spectacles. His face is hidden behind a thick but well-groomed beard, and his eyes constantly dart between you and the doorway.
Ah, but you are the one the Roparos speak of. They are most fond of you, but not so discreet.
He waggles a finger. He turns to Takei.
Ah, another young water mage. Come, see Arnazzo's wares. You must spend that extra coin on something.
He winks.
Forgive me. Do we know each other?
Così, it seems not. The mistake is mine.
Oh, huh. So there was someone, probably a water godlike, who was also a water shaper who came down here. Huh. His grin recedes into his beard. He turns back to you.
But how did you hear about this place? Wait, no. Do not tell me. Sometimes it is better not to know. There is something I can get for you, yes? Tell me quietly.
He leans in. Show the medallion. Actually, I was wondering if you were interested in buying. I need supplies. Yeah, I need supplies.
Of course. Only do not tell anyone where you got them.
Alright, what do you have? Oh, look! Garari Cuirass. Alright. Light armor. Legendary quality. Alright. Huh. Recovery time is only plus 20%. It is quite light, despite it looking not so much. Alright, yeah. Legendary Garari skin. 10% of incoming hits converted to grazes from weapons. That ain't half bad. Though now extinct, the giant lizards known as Garari once roamed the many islands of the Deadfire. They were fast, powerful, and cunning predators, hated amongst kith for their tendency to kill domestic goats and pigs if given half a chance. When foreign colonists arrived in the archipelago, many local governors placed an open bounty on any Garari, and the creatures were soon hunted to oblivion. Now rare due to a lack of available material, hardened Garari leather, such as this, is quite desirable, as it is tough and naturally flexible. Alright, let's see what the enchants can turn out to be. You can also enchant this, the Garari skin. Make it layered. Minus 5% damage from weapons. Not half bad. Primeval. Same except for spells. Alright. Requires scales. Leathery armored scales. Maybe from some sort of dragonkin? Could be. Alright. And let's see. Rugged construction. Resistance to might afflictions. Still keeps the hits to grazes. And this? It upgrades it. The treated scrotum. It does not say scrotum. Alright. Huh. Yeah, this is pretty good. That's like some prime Adair item equipment there. Alright? Okay, do you have anything else? Spark crackers. Mother of... Oh, the red hand. Oh my goodness! An arquebus. The red hand. Alright. Blended criticals, yeah. Veil piece. Yeah, we can look at all the details once we go into enchant. Alright. The red hand. The young brigand who once wielded this arquebus had not intended to become a murderer. Those he threatened down the twin barrels, had a simple choice. All they had to do was hand over their valuables and go on their way. The gun was intimidating enough. No one was supposed to get hurt. When an old Almaua priest decided to fight back, the brigand acted on instinct and pulled the trigger. It took 2 shots to put the fool down. The killing got easier after that. In fact, it became the rule rather than the exception. Searching corpses was simpler than robbery, and just as lucrative. He held the gun with him at all times, even while he slept. His dreams were filled with a morbid parade of those he had killed. Over the years he found his heart hardened. He could feel nothing, not even regret. Unable to reconcile the young man he had been with the... What? Unable to reconcile the young man he had been with the jaded What? Unable to reconcile the young man he had been, with the jaded monster he had become, the brigand, numb and resigned, used the gun to take his own life. Jesus! Alright. Fuck me. Intense. Alright. So it's like a double-barrel shotgun, except fires slugs because it's an arquebus. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, double barrel, fires 2 shots before reloading, but has reduced range. Which wouldn't be too bad because Maya has range-increasing stuff, right? Huh. 1% damage dealt and received on kill until rest. Until rest! Wow! Stacks 20 times. Enchant. Let's see. Double barrel can become double tap, which adds... Destroy lower level vessel on second consecutive hit. Twin slugs. Knockback target within 4 meters on scoring hit. Huh. Interesting. Okay. But the double tap requires... they have to be lower level. which probably... Yeah, that'll never happen, right? Because we have upward scaling. So double tap is completely useless to us. Okay. Let's see. Guilty conscience, which gets rid... Oh, okay. So it goes up to 40%. Oh my god. That's really good. Unburdened soul. 1% damage dealt on kill until rest. Oh, so it gets rid of the and received. I see. Okay. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty good. Though I think the crit one, the rune powder one that we found in the... Oh god, what was it even called? The Dark Cupboard, right? I think that's better. Or maybe it was at the Brass Citadel. I can't remember where we found it. But I think that would be better, given our current party makeup. Alright. Huh. I'm not sure if I yet want to sell this medallion, though. Do I want to do that? What was it even called? What was the quest called for me to turn in the medallion? Food for thought? Here, let's just see if we can... Medallion... Perfect. God, I love that! That is so good! Alright. Investigate Delver's Row. I've located Delver's Row, but I still don't yada yada. Dario the Lean sounds like the authority in Delver's Row. Okay. Prince Aruhi has discovered evidence of a black market in the Reparo district of the city known as the Gullet. He wants to know how it is being supplied. Okay. Huh. Right. Let's see. Should we talk to Kehu first?
At your service.
Let's see. Maybe he'll have some input.
Friend?
Ooh. Takehu's expression breaks into a grin. I wanted to ask about Prince Aruhi's interest in the black market.
Akira, what say?
Takehu folds his arms and gestures for you to continue. Where do you fit into the prince's plan?
Haruihi would not have told you the entire story. There is a good reason. Whatever is happening in the Gullet, I believe that water shapers are at the center of it.
Really? He turns away in disgust.
Let me explain. When water shapers are not attending to their duties, they are dispatched into the city.
Takehu spits into his palm. Concentrating, the small puddle rises to take the form of a tower. That's cool, but also kind of gross. But also, this totally plays into what we just sort of picked up here, right? That he thought that Takehu was another person, right? Oh, fuck me. Alright, continue.
Nekataka's great sculptures require some maintenance to hold their form.
He passes his other hand over the miniature, sharpening its edges, adding detail and definition.
Unless you are Ngati's chosen, Myru keeps a tight leash.
Closing his palm into a fist, the tower collapses. Aloth massages his temples, shaking his head.
One evening, I snuck out and followed a group of shapers. I expected to find myself in Serpent's Crown. And to my surprise, they went down to the Gullet.
Why was this so unexpected?
There are no water sculptures in the Reparo district. The Crown only flaunts our power where it can be displayed for foreigners.
Aha! He smooths back his hair and sighs.
At least, a better class of foreigners than the type who frequent the Gullet.
Right. You think they were up to something illegal?
We are not forbidden from entering the Gullet, but it is simply not done.
Those people are disgusting.
If they have broken the Crown's law, I simply want to know how and why.
He crosses his arms and aims a petulant look elsewhere. I like the idea that he wants to know why, because part of him is curious about, like, he's having second doubts. He's questioning his superiors, I guess, for lack of a better word. All right, back to my other questions.
You have questions? Ikera, I have answers.
Takehu opens his palm and gestures for you to speak freely. All right, the Kahanga royalty seem very taken with you.
Between the Crown and the Guild, Nekataka has high hopes for Ngati's chosen son, I say.
Takehu smooths back his hair with both hands as he gathers his thoughts.
If Ngati had not blessed me, I say the goddess touched me for more than enriching one tribe, glorifying one island.
Takehu bites his thumbnail and sighs. You give people hope, Takehu. Poor thing. Exhausted by all the free admiration? I can tell you don't want to be anyone's savior. Everyone feels underappreciated from time to time. Huh. Can we tell that he doesn't want to be anyone's savior? Yeah, I think we can, right? that totally fits. Yeah, I can tell you don't want to be anyone's savior. If anything, he's more inquisitive about why things are the way that they are, because they're kind of grooming him, aren't they? Right? They're kind of just grooming him to be the ideal whatever they want him to end up becoming, right? I can tell you don't want to be anyone's savior.
Ikera, yes.
Takei draws in a deep breath and nods, savoring your words.
I say there is me, Takei, and there is the Takei others would make like a coconut husk doll. The more I try to be the Takei I know I am, the harder I am constrained. What say?
He brings up his gaze to meet yours. Fuck him, man! You give too much power to the expectations of others. Others want to stoke your potential. No harm in that. No one should pressure you into being something you're not. The guild and tribes heap prestige on you. They deserve something back. You give too much power to the expectations of others. That's a little too accusatory, right? That's like, well, what's it called? It's not Diplomacy 101, but you know what I'm saying, where when you're talking to someone, you're trying to coerce them into something, or change their mind, not necessarily coerce them into something. You don't want to begin with saying, well, you want to say like, well, I think such and such is this way. You want to avoid saying you, if possible, especially if it comes off as accusatory in any way, right? As like putting your thoughts onto them, right? No matter if you think it's true or not. Alright. No one should pressure you to be something you're not, right? That's better. No one should pressure you to be something you're not.
But it is the adoring people who made Takei the savior of the tribes.
He shrugs, sighing.
Many think that I have a duty to the Huana. I say I am the only one unconvinced.
You're being strangely dismissive of your worth. I'm the Lord of Cadnua, but you don't see me rebuilding my keep. I kinda like that. The Huana needs someone like you to unite the tribes. No one stands in your way but you. Huh. Fuck, I don't know. You're being strangely dismissive of your worth. I don't know. I really like yeah, let's go with this. I like this too much. I'm the Lord of Cadnua, but you don't see me rebuilding my keep.
Ikera, just so.
The side of his mouth twitches. Hesitating at first, Takei envelops your hand into his, the scales along his palm both prickly and warm. Just as it seems he will break away, instead he leans in closer.
I know how I seem. We did not have this word, conceded, before Adirans landed on the Isles.
Huh. I really like this as he's becoming more and more self-aware. I'm really enjoying his arc, right?
Well, you've certainly made up for lost time.
Fuck. Fucking Aloth. Fuck me. Alright.
If Ngati had not touched me, I wonder if anyone would care.
Takei seems ready to say more. He stops himself and releases you from his grip. Oh shit. The world around you darkens, and once again, you feel an incessant tug for your attention, the pull centering from Takei's soul. Alright, let's see what's up. Surrender to the sensation. Once again, you find yourself in Andra's waterlogged hall of power. The tired swaying of bioluminescent chandeliers casts uneven rays of light down on her court.
Poor boy. He has it backward, as usual.
A silky, distant voice asserts itself in your thoughts.
I did not choose him so that he could do great things. I chose him because talent should be fostered toward any end.
Huh. Sadness and regret creep into her tone, but something about them rings falsely to your ears. Oh God. Huh.
How fortunate that you are here to set him on the right path. I know you won't disappoint.
Huh. You hear a smile in her words.
Apologies. I say I never miss an opportunity to talk about myself.
The presence withdraws, leaving you unsteady on your feet. Oblivious, Takei offers a broad, showy smile. Holy fuck. I had some questions.
You have questions? Ikera, I have answers.
Alright, tell me about water shaping, Takei. Have we already heard about this, though?
The art of our ancestors, I say. To bend water to our will is a gift from Mother Ngati to her chosen people.
Takei stands tall and grins with pride.
Since devastation swept our way of life out to sea, too much of the art has been lost. Periki, founder of the guild, organized the lore of Ngati's talent into a series of postures and meditations we call the 4 forms of water shaping.
Right, yeah, we've heard about this. Alright, let's be off. Okay, good talk, Takei. Huh. Let's see, should we head on down here? Ooh, yeah, swords and shields.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds like stuff we're into. Go on down here. Ooh, what's inside this? Some fine stuff. Alright, how about over here? Fine Morning Star. Alright, we can totally steal this, though.
Quickly and quietly.
Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Let's speed this up. Alright, and we should just be able to pop over here. Yeah, look at that. Good. And then can we even pickpocket you? Yeah, we can. Awesome. But we can't, we can't cross over. That's fair. Alright. Let's do a quick save here. This grizzled old Amawa woman looks like she's been left in the sun to dry. Her skin is so worn and weathered, it's hard to tell her wrinkles from her scars.
You need a blade or a bludgeon or some sturdy armor. Umani has what you seek.
The old woman gives you a grin that multiplies the wrinkles in her face. It sounds like a very young person trying to do the voice of someone very old, right? But, of course, you have to cut some slack, right? Because of the budget constraints and all that, right? Because this was, after all, a Kickstarted game and all that. Or, not Kickstarted necessarily. It was done through Fig, right? In fact, getting extra dialogue was a stretch goal, I believe. The old woman gives you a grin that multiplies the wrinkles in her face. Especially for a side character, right? Okay, what happened to that godlike in the alley?
Some sort of scuffle between a lone fellow and a pack of godlike pirates. The lone man didn't look like much of a fighter, but he proved old Umani wrong.
She nods toward the body and cackles.
The pirates were taking him toward the lift, to the Undercroft.
The Undercroft.
They must have spoken with the guard there. Perhaps he could say more.
She points across the alley. Show me what you've got.
Old Umani's stock is tested in the hands and throats of the fiercest sorts in the gullet. Never will you find a better selection.
Oh, look at this. This is a nice selection. Alright. Let's see. Gauntlets of Reliability. 15% of misses converted to grazes with proficient weapons. Stamped with the sigil of Abaddon. These cleverly crafted gloves feature fully articulated joints. The weight of the arm guard seems specifically designed to help counterbalance that of a weapon. Oh, that never occurred to me that might be something you do with, like, medieval plate armor and all that stuff, right? Huh. That you would put weights in the gloves if you're using, like, a big-ass weapon or something. Huh. Yeah, that makes sense. That totally would make sense. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, a lot of the like aspects of warfare that aren't magical in Pillars seem to be relatively beholden to real life, right? So far, right? Because I think I know Josh Sawyer at least kind of has like a pretty big interest in that stuff, right? He's got like his Frog Helms blog or whatever. All right. Grant's Immortal Will. Rekvu's Fractured Cask. What is this? Immortal Will. The wearer is immune to interrupts while they carry one or more injuries. Oh. Huh. I wonder if that would stack... You know how we have Alas Grimoire that makes him take interrupts whenever he takes a single bit of damage, right? I wonder if this would cancel it out. Well, this helmet once belonged to a Hoana barbarian, known throughout the archipelago as Rekvu, Dread of Invaders. Local legend holds that Rekvu appeared only when her force's situation was at its most dire. Rekvu often sustained injuries in battle that would have killed any other warrior, and yet she never died. Near the end of her life, Rekvu was pulled into battle once again, this time against a horde of Aoten, unleashed on a quiet mining village by an opportunistic noble from a distant nation. We've encountered Aoten before, haven't we? I'm not sure how best to describe them. They're kind of like... They're like ogres, but not quite. I'm not sure how to describe it. An Aoten wielding a monstrous greatsword caught Rekvu unawares in the thick... Oh, wait. Wasn't it? I think they were, or were they like tree people? I can't remember now. Fuck, now I'm second-guessing myself. An Aoten wielding a monstrous greatsword caught Rekvu unawares in the thick of the fighting and slammed her blade into Rekvu's head. Rekvu dashed the blood from her eyes and leapt at the Aoten, knocking him to the ground. With one great swing of her axe, Rekvu severed both of the Aoten's heads. Ah, that's okay. When the remaining Aotens were slain, and the invading noble's body was quartered and given to the sea, Rekvu dashed the blood from her eyes and pulled off her cracked helmet, only to discover that the Aoten's attack had cleaved her ear clean off. Huh. Alright. And we can't, because it's not a weapon or anything, we can't look at enchanting. The Undying Burden. Sounds good. Dig Deep, +1 athletics, has second wind on it. Grit. Incoming weapon damage is reduced as health is lost, up to a maximum of 10%. Of Constitution, +2 con. Not half bad. Alright. The Deerwooden commander, Makeshel Hessian, wore this belt during the Battle of Midmarch Road, one of the opening clashes of the War of Defiance. The Deerwoodens fought valiantly, but their disorganized light infantry was no match for the Adiran heavy regiment. Overwhelmed, the rebels were killed nearly to a man. According to several Adiran soldiers, Makeshel was the last to fall. Surrounded and badly wounded, he refused the Adiran commander's offer for quarter. It took a dozen spears to put the rebel down, and even then, he continued to fight until he was beheaded. Jesus. Alright. Good lord. Yeah, this seems pretty decent for the stat bonuses, right? If we ever needed to pass a certain check, we could just throw that on. But once again, it's expensive as shit. I wonder if Path of the Damned increases item costs. That'd be interesting. Alright. Rekvu's Fractured Cat. Yeah, this doesn't seem that great. It may play good into, like, a certain build, or if you have other items where their downside is that you're more susceptible to interrupts and stuff, and then you could just wear this to get rid of all of those detrimental effects. That could be pretty dope, right? But we don't have the money to be experimenting on that kind of stuff just yet.
Got it.
In the future, we will, right? We've encountered a lot of cool stuff that we would like to buy, but we just cannot do it yet. All right. Well, before we head on out, let's do a little bit of reading, huh? How about Monsters of the Deadfire Archipelago? Oh my god, it's quite long. All right. Monsters of the Deadfire Archipelago. The archipelago winds its way between the Great Eastern Ocean and the Restless Ocean. Hundreds of small islands in the midst of the water. Few dare brave its treacherous rapids, and fewer still have returned to tell tale of their adventures through it. I believe this book was in Pillars 1. Travel between the two oceans is virtually impossible. Great storms hammer any ships foolhardy enough to attempt to navigate, and this alone should be enough to deter anyone from attempting the voyage, as untold ships have gone down, tossed against the rocks. The weather and treacherous rocks are only a precursor to the actual horror of the archipelago, the terrors of the deep. No one knows how many creatures stalk the oceans, waiting for unsuspecting sailors to drift into their waters, but we do know of some. Now, I'm assuming we will encounter, because this book made it into Pillars 2, we will encounter every single creature listed here, right? If there weren't, they would have gotten changed or removed from this book, I'd assume. Barbed Ravager. A giant shark that is known to ram passing vessels, trying to knock sailors off the deck and smash a hole in the hull. It has tremendous spines protruding from its side and back that are presumed to be poisonous. The largest-sided barbed ravager, with survivors, was estimated to be almost 30 feet long. Winding Serpent. Smaller than the Ravager, but potentially longer, the Winding Serpent attacks in small packs, usually 3 to 8. They have long, sharp heads, somewhat reminiscent of a barracuda. Like the Ravager, they repeatedly slam into the side of a ship, hoping to crack a hole in it or knock someone from the deck. They have also been known to swim to the depths and shoot up out of the ocean, landing on the deck, coiling and winding their way around, snapping up any crew they can before plunging back into the ocean. Leviathan. Imagine the largest whale you have ever seen. The Leviathan is at least 10 times that size. By the time a ship sees a Leviathan, it is already too late. As they rise from the depths, the water around them begins to spin and sink, creating a whirlpool. The Leviathan's body surrounds the hapless vessel, preventing escape, and as it goes down, the enormous mouth opens, pulling all aboard to their watery deaths. Fuck me. That seems like it's gonna be a big-ass boss. Pulpovere. All the creatures you've read about in this book are nothing compared to the Pulpovere. Barely the size of a man. What they lack in size and strength, they make up for in numbers and terrifying viciousness. Their lower halves are a mass of tentacles, like an octopus or squid, but more numerous. The tentacles are long, black whips with suction cups on the underside, and small thorny barbs on the top. The sheer number of tentacles gives them frightening speed when walking on land, pulling themselves forward almost as fast as a running horse. While they vaguely resemble a human from the waist up, any extended examination proves how wrong that assumption is. Long, stringy black hair falls from the top of their heads to cover a face taken directly from a nightmare. A wide, gaping mouth cuts across the bottom of its head from ear to ear, full of wicked, dagger-like teeth. 2 large round eyes are sunken into its head, black as coal, shining with a malevolent fire. A small antenna protrudes from the middle of its forehead, ending in a small nodule that can glow with an eerie blue light. One can imagine a sailor on the deck of his ship at night, looking out across the black water, blood freezing, as countless lights appear beneath the surface, rising toward him as the Pulpoveres swarm upward. Because they seem to be more octopus than man, they can collapse in on themselves, fitting into spaces no person should be able to. The smallest crack in a hull, the slightest separation between boards, offers them entrance. It is not unknown for them to slaughter an entire crew from hold up to deck by infiltrating the ship from underneath. Fortunately, they do not seem to have spread too far outside of the archipelago, but there may come a day when Pulpovere attacks become commonplace. That is horrific. Right? It's just like all the most horrific shit that you can imagine of like some sort of demented looking sea creature. Just meld them all together into one creature, right? Alright. Cool. Great. Well, when next we come back, more looking around Delver's Row. We still have a few places to check, and of course we can give the medallion over to, what's his name? Or Netzo, right? And see where that leads us. Until next time. Peace!